The rage of the Red Sea saw Usyk defend his belts as he narrows a split decision win over Anthony Joshua. Bare Knuckle FC 27 main event gets sent into overtime as Platinum Mike Perry upsets MVP on his home turf. And finally, a new welterweight champion of the world. But first, let's see what went down at UFC278.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
What up, fight fans? I'm Mo, and what a night! From no gloves to 6-ounce gloves, then to 10-ounce gloves. This was the holy trinity of combat sports. But before we get into that, make sure you give us a like and subscribe. Let's go. The prelims were closed off in an upsetting fashion as King Kong Romanov lost via majority decision to Marcin Tybura after dominating in the first round. The main event got underway rapidly as Tyson Pedro shuts the light off on Hucklewood with a jab, followed by a front gut kick in the first round to make it 2-0 on his return. The bantamweights took to the cage next as Lucia Puldeva dominated Deanna Wu, securing a second round TKO win via smashing elbows. In a fight that many could have seen a main event, Jose Aldo took on Mihrab in a bantamweight division. This fight was very slow with no response from Jose's side, who was just defending takedowns, allowing Mihrab to take a W via unanimous decision. The co-main event did not disappoint as the exchanges continued on from the press conference between Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold, which made it into a full-on bloodbath, with Paulo taking the high output to Luke. This war went the rounds with Paulo Costa taking the victory. Lastly, the main event, the fight we've all been waiting for. And what an upset! Birmingham's very own Leon Edwards finishes Usman with a devastating kick to the head in the last minute of the 5th round to win via KO. Usyk vs Joshua 2. The rage on the Red Sea proved an upsetting one for Anthony Joshua, who failed to regain his belts after going the distance with Usyk. The fight started off positively for Joshua, but was quickly reversed as Usyk capitalized on Joshua's sloppiness. Since Tyson Fury relinquished the Ring Magazine belt, Usyk not only kept his belts but added another to his collection. Pushing his record to 20-0, this fight is arguably one of the best to do it, if not the one. Having conquered the cruiserweight, he has now conquered heavyweight division as well. Post-fight, Usyk was clear and stated he was only interested in Fury, to unify all the belts.
No, I'm sure that Tyson Fury is not retired yet. I'm convinced he wants to fight me. I want to fight him. And if I'm not fighting Tyson Fury, I'm not fighting at all.
Another upset for a fellow Englishman as MVP loses to Platinum Mike Perry. London hosted Bare Knuckle FC 27, where Mike Perry took on Bellator's very own Michael Venom Page. BK27 lost the co-main event starring Paige Van Zandt, with some reporting that the ticket sales were much lower than expected. Fans were further upset when the main event was judged a draw, with many stating that Michael Venom Page was a clear winner. However, according to Bare Knuckle rules, a further round will be instated if called a draw. Platinum Perry was the more aggressive fighter in that round and secured the win. Although this sport is new, many things need to be reviewed and questions need to be asked before the growth of this sport. Jon Jones has finally told us when to expect his much anticipated heavyweight debut in his return to the octagon. Jones took to Twitter to announce the card that would have him potentially fight Miocic at UFC 282. With the likes of Robbie Lawler fighting on that card and potentially Gilbert Burns vs Masvidal, this card is looking stacked already and will be a devastating card in December. Either way, we can't wait for this GOAT to come back, and with the likes of Gan taking on Tuivasa, will the winner of each of these bouts respectively fight for the interim belt? I guess time will only tell. And finally, Birmingham have themselves a new world champion. Following an unprecedented victory over Usman in the main event of UFC 278, Leon becomes the first Jamaican-born champ and only the second British fighter to ever lift gold in the UFC. Rocky came out strong in the first, however Usman dominated the next 3 rounds and it was clearly going down the champ's way. But once again, this Brum fighter overcame adversity and landed a devastating leg kick to knock out Usman, to push himself to an 8-fight win streak and be crowned the new welterweight champion of the world. From all of us at Ring Talk, well done, mate. You've done us proud and we couldn't be more happier. So let's go defend the belt in a rematch which Dana confirmed both before the fight and after, and move on to dominate this division. What a night for combat sports. All the respect to them fighters putting their lives on the line for our entertainment. And if you liked our video and want more in-depth analysis, tune in to the next video. And while you're at it, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.